Hi. I am live. I'm just checking. Make sure you guys can hear me. Hello, hello. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Valerie. Oh my goodness. I'm back for another Friday Night Live. Hopefully the computer does not melt. I purchased a giant fan that my computer is now sitting on so that hopefully it won't freeze again on us at the hour mark because it was completely frozen last Friday. Hopefully that was the problem, and hopefully I have fixed the problem by purchasing a laptop fan. How are you all? How's your Friday going? We're gonna wait for just a few more people to pop in. I don't know if you guys noticed. You notice the difference? Hi Jessa. I finally found a salon hairstylist here at our new town. Tried her out today and trying to get rid of the yellow, the yellow in my hair. So it's going to be a process. It's going to be a process because there's still, let's see if you can see, it's really dark under here. So I have to get rid of this really dark, almost like a reddish tint. And then I want my grays to be blended better and to go cooler toned. A lot of you said, and I agreed with you, that the blonde was just too yellow. So I am going to go cooler toned. Yay, new hair. Lisa, you're an SPF vampire. Yes. We are SPF vampires like that. Twilight skin. Oh my goodness. Okay, so today's topic on the screen, why sunscreens sting our eyes. And I went searching. The way I came up with this topic is I went searching through questions and comments on the past, I don't know, 3 months of videos. And constantly it seemed like this was a very high pet peeve of a lot of people. And constantly people were asking me to recommend sunscreens that don't sting your eyes. And I hear you because nobody likes that stinging sensation in your eyes. It's the worst, the absolute worst. All right. I am going to reintroduce myself, make myself a tiny head again. I'm going to reintroduce myself. Hi, I'm Sean, Melanoma Mom. For any newbies watching out there, and for people watching the replay, I had melanoma skin cancer in 2021. Started this channel, had surgery, started this channel to honestly to help learn how to better care for myself. I don't want melanoma skin cancer again. And I started this channel and I've learned so much from you all and so much from other skincare and sunscreen enthusiasts online, as well as other melanoma skin cancer survivors. And so that's how this channel began. So today, we're going to understand the problem, what causes eye stinging. We're going to learn how to prevent eye stinging and how to get sunscreen out of our eyes when it inevitably happens. This is a very structured format. As I said last week, I tend to ramble, and having a structure helps me to not ramble. But you'll still get a little bit of rambling because I love chatting with you all. Thank you. If you are watching, pop down where you are watching from because I love seeing where everybody's from. Okay, let's go to the next little slide here. That's me. That's my melanoma. That little dot on my arm that I've circled. That was it. I laugh. It was not fun going through at the time. Yeah, my whole life has changed. As many of you I know understand that your life has changed by having skin cancer. All right, let's see where you guys are watching from. We've got Lisa in Nashville again. I said I've never been to Nashville. I think Knoxville is the farthest I've been, and I've been north up to Johnson City. And I'm very familiar with the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area. But never Nashville. That should be on my bucket list. Because South Carolina, I mean, I still far ways away from where I am, but it's driving distance, I feel like. All right. Let's start off with participation. You know I love participation from you all. Okay, what is your biggest complaint about sunscreen? It doesn't have to be the eye stinging. It could be anything. Any big complaint that you have about sunscreen. I'll post mine down below. My biggest complaint. And I know we've talked about these before. You may have a new one that has popped up, or you may want to pop up another complaint. I'm typing mine in the comments right now. One of my biggest complaints. Pop yours down below. All right, Lisa put sticky and greasy formulas. Yep, totally agree. I put dosage not on the sunscreen bottle. Please, I would like dosage on the back of the bottle, please. Jessa, not easy dosing. Correct. Yes. I got distracted. My printer over there just randomly turned itself off. Let's see here. Not wearing well with makeup or sunscreen. Yeah. I feel like I've kind of fixed that problem for myself, not wearing well under makeup. I've figured out that typically it's my skincare is the problem. Let's see here. Valerie says, before I switched to using mineral sunscreen only on my face was eye sting and comments of my glowy complexion. Yep, eye sting and then glowy complexion. Yep. Yeah. Orange color. I agree. Yes. Yep. Not fun. Yes. I figured you meant skincare, Jessica, but I wasn't sure. Yeah. I've just given up. I've just stopped wearing in the summertime. I've stopped wearing a moisturizer. I will put on a toner now, and that's about it that I put on before I put sunscreen, because I realize most of the time my sunscreen acts as my moisturizer too. Maybe that's just me. I think it depends on your skin type, but that has solved any peeling issues for me. All right. Thank you for your participation. Oh, it's been a day. Our kids here start school on Monday. They start school on Monday. And they were not registered. I have tried, since we moved, I've tried to get them registered since July 18th. And I think the public school system is just, they don't have enough people to register students. So they register all the returning students and get them their classes situated and teachers. And then new ones, and our community is growing. Like, I live in a brand new community. It's growing, popping up everywhere. And they're just not able to register students quick enough. And so my husband took our daughter to Meet Your Teacher Day and didn't find out to the teacher until that day. My daughter is 6 years old. And then my son finally got his class scheduled today. So we drove him over to the high school and walked him, through. He'd never been in the school before. So walked him through his classes and his order and everything. So hopefully they're all set. Another complaint, too much money too, maybe more. People would wear if it wasn't so expensive. Yeah, and it's gone up, right? Since I started 3 years ago, do you remember when Australian Gold was $10? I remember when I first started, the Australian Gold tinted sunscreen was $10. It was like $9.99. And now it's what, around $15 to $17 depending. And you're lucky if you get it on sale for 12. It's definitely gone up along with everything else. All right, next slide. Make myself tiny. Understanding the problem. I might have to make myself even tinier to see the tiny print on the screen. All right, so the problem is, right, we're experiencing stinging or burning sensation immediately after applying our sunscreen. Now, I have to share something funny. So I was talking to my husband about this topic. I said, yeah, the topic of my live stream is going to be why sunscreens sting our eyes. And he looks at me and he goes, well, isn't that obvious? And I go, what? What's your answer? And he said, they sting because you rub your eyes. He said, you have sunscreen on your eyes, on your hands, and then you rub your eye and then your eyes sting. And I was like, well, that's one way. I said, but sunscreens, but why does the actual formulation sting your eyes? Because I didn't know. I had never known. Oh, let me answer Lisa's question really quick. Yeah, no, I'm in South Carolina. So I'm from North Carolina. I'm actually from Asheville, North Carolina. My family still lives there, but I'm in South Carolina. No, we didn't move too far away. Anytime we move, we move within South Carolina. We won't ever move outside of South Carolina. Okay. So why do sunscreens sting our eyes? Well, it could be the specific ingredients. There are specific ingredients that are known to cause eye stinging. Some of those ingredients are the active chemical UV filters are known to cause stinging. Heavy fragrance, if there's a lot of extra essential oils or just added fragrance in general, and preservatives. Whatever preservative is used in the sunscreen, some of those will cause eye stinging. All right. And then here are some ingredients that can cause eye stinging. So the most common chemical UV filters that are known to cause eye stinging, I thought this was fascinating. This explains so much, are oxybenzone, avobenzone, and octinoxate. Now they didn't say octisalate, but I think that is the ingredient that has been stinging my eyes. That and octinoxate. I try and anytime I see those two ingredients, I will not put the sunscreen around. I won't put it below my eyebrow or above like my concealer line. That's a big no for me. These ingredients work on absorbing the sun's UV rays, but can also be harsh on sensitive areas like the eyes. And other people, these ingredients also cause like a burning sensation on the face. Like if you are actually allergic to these ingredients, you won't just react sensitively, you'll react all over your face. Oh, I should probably add a disclaimer here. Oh, most of you that are on here right now know this. I am not a medical professional. I am just a melanoma skin cancer survivor, learning right along with you. Don't ever take my advice as medical advice. Always talk to your dermatologist or doctor. Okay, disclaimer done. All right, the ingredient causing your eyes to sting could be different than your neighbor's ingredient. This is what I never understood about sunscreens and stinging their eyes. Because I remember, I would always use pre-melanoma, I was using Neutrogena, I was using Coppertone, and I would always get that. There was that one Neutrogena. For some reason, I was always attracted to the bottle and picked it up. And it was, what was it? It was very water resistant. It was like an SPF of 100. I always picked it up. I always put it on my face. And inevitably, it ran into my eyes. And then I would try a different sunscreen. And all inexpensive sunscreens, right? All inexpensive ones that you can find at Walmart or your drugstore. And that were like $10 and less, because I wasn't spending pre-melanoma. I was not spending more than $10 on a bottle of sunscreen. And And I was just like, okay, the ones I use on my body, I'll just use all over and still stinging. I hate sunscreen. I hate sunscreen. And so a lot of times I would just skip putting it on my face because of the burning sensation. All right, now I found on Kula.com, which is Kula is a sunscreen brand. I'm sure probably many of you are familiar with it. I actually really enjoy a lot of the sunscreens from Kula, but they had a whole informative section about eye stinging. And I thought this one quote of theirs was helpful. Some sunscreens contain ingredients that can irritate sensitive eyes or even the delicate skin around eyes. Heavy fragrance, some active chemical filters, and even preservatives are often the culprits for stinging and burning. And I hadn't even thought about, just like very sensitive eye area under our eyes as being sensitive to burning as well. And eyelids. You guys ever had your eyelid burn? Oh my goodness. Who wears contacts? Contacts and eye burning? Oh, it's 100 times worse because what do you flush your eye out with? You got to get your contact out of your eye first. Oh my goodness. Let me see what you guys are saying over here. Lisa says, I bought an expensive sunscreen. Oh yeah. Yep, I've seen that one and it stings so much. So now I just use it on my neck and décolleté. Yes. Yep. Oh, that's the worst too when you're like, you think I don't know if this is you, Lisa, but this is how I still think. I try not to think this way, but I still think this way. Is I'm like, ooh, it's more expensive, therefore it must be better. And which I did recently in that recent haul, I bought that Agent Nature sunscreen from the Nordstrom anniversary sale. Yeah, that video is coming out soon. I'm in the process of testing that one. And more expensive does not equal better. Jessa says she used to use a lot of Kula. Oh, you have dry eye disease and sometimes think, oh, no. I am so sorry. So you keep frequent eye drops on you, right? To constantly keep your eye lubricated. I've heard that's awful because your eyelid rubs up against your eyeball, right? Yeah, I'm thankful I don't have that issue. Okay, let's move to the next one. Make myself tiny again. All right, so I read through a lot of articles, and I've only cited a couple here in this little presentation today. But from everything I read is physical sunscreens are less likely to cause stinging. And I think most of us have experienced that, especially over the past 3 years. I always avoided the mineral sunscreens, because the white cast. But they are, for my eyes, so much better around my eyes. They can run into your eyes. You can get it. For me, I can get a mineral sunscreen in my eyes as long as it doesn't have fragrance. And it just makes my eyes blurry. Like I don't get any of the pain and stinging. Now, I do know we do have a viewer of this channel who is allergic to zinc oxide. She cannot wear zinc oxide. So there's that. So there are people that are allergic, because we're all allergic to different ingredients. We need to be aware of that. Physical or mineral sunscreens are zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. I put that on there for newbies. Today.com said, why physical sunscreens are less likely to cause burning. When trying to find a sunscreen that doesn't burn your eyes, look for a physical blocker that contains pure minerals like zinc and or titanium. That should be dioxide. Is it dioxide? Yeah, I mistyped that. The physical blockers sit on the type of the skin, making it less likely to migrate into the eyes and cause irritation. And that was from, I put that because it was from a dermatologist. I don't know anything about the dermatologist. Now, see, I haven't found that mineral sunscreens, personally, I haven't found that they are less likely to get into your eyes. I have just found that when they do inevitably get my eyes, it doesn't burn. Because I feel like all sunscreens, most of them, except for maybe a stick sunscreen, will slide into my eyes. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys, do you all feel like, even those of you who tried mineral sunscreens on your eyes, do you feel like they still get in your eyes? Hmm. Lisa says, I agree. Jessica says, agree. Yeah. I don't feel like there's anything keeping them stuck above my eye and out of my eyeball. All right. How to prevent eye stinging. And I wish my husband was watching this. Okay, I gotta make this bigger. It got too small. This again is tips from the Kula sunscreen brand. Oh, wait, let me read Jess's comment here because this is helpful. She says, a couple of eye cream SPFs have a clay texture. Okay, and they stay put better. Ooh, drop a name of one of those that have a clay texture. I'm trying to think. I feel like the only ones I've tried are like the sun sticks on my eyes. I feel like those stay. If you've got like a lotion one, ooh, let's drop that in the comment section, please. All right, so tips from Kula: use a fragrance-free formula. Yes, 100% for me, fragrance-free around my eyes. Although, my favorite eye sunscreen, the Kahi Aqua Balm, has a fragrance, and it's chemical. It defies everything we're talking about here. I can't figure out how they have made this so that it doesn't sting my eyes, because it's got the fragrance and there are no mineral active UV filters in it, and it blows my mind. But I don't read. I can't I can't read the language to understand what exactly how they've exactly have formulated it. Okay, let's see here. Lisa, oh wait, yeah. Lisa says dermatology has one now too, besides color science. Okay, cool. Dermatology eye. Okay, maybe I need to try that one. Everybody, you both are saying that. Okay. Dermatology eyes. I've only tried the original dermatology sunscreen, and I had such a bad experience with that one that I haven't tried anything else from the brand. But I'm going to add that to my list. Hopefully I'll see this when I go back through this video later and edit it. I'll write that down and to try that one, because I'm definitely interested. Okay. Let me take Lisa's comment off here. Another eye stinging offender is a formula that easily runs when you're sweating, causing your sunscreen to get into your eyes. And then they say, luckily, there's also an easy fix for the situation. Pick a solid SPF formula like a stick. Stick sunscreens, my face is in the way, are less likely to shift while you sweat. So the formula is less likely to end up in your eyes. And I have found that to be true, that I prefer a stick sunscreen, especially in the pool. Here's a complaint I have. Why do companies like Sunbum and Supergoop, trying to think, Vacation Sunscreen, why do they make sunscreens? And I feel like they specifically advertise them for pool and beach situations. And so you put them on your face or your kids' faces, and it's like 100% going to sting their eyes. Like, you can just feel it. Somebody last week said that slimy feeling you get when you just come out of the water and your sunscreen feels slimy, and your first inclination is to go like this to wipe the water out of your eyes, and then that just gets the sunscreen in your eyes. And I feel like most people, the general public, people who are not sunscreen enthusiasts like we here are, most people are going to go for those brands. They're going to go for the Sunbum, the Neutrogena, the Vacation, the Copper Tone. They're going to go for those ones that are marketed for vacation pool beach situations. And inevitably, those all sting. Valerie says, yes, the mineral stick I use around my eyes stays put. Yeah, I thought that was a good tip. All right, trial and error. I put an arrow beside this. Trial and error is key to figuring out what works best for you and your skin. Now, I feel like the majority of people don't want to do trial and error. How do you guys feel about that? Think back to before you started to be really interested in sunscreen. Because when I think back to that time, I did not want to try. For some reason, I just felt like all sunscreens were the same. I didn't want to spend the money to do the trial and error to figure out what works for my eyes. And so I feel like that, yes, trial and error is the key. But how do we, you have to be willing to invest the time and the money and the pain, right? The pain to go through the trial and error. And a lot of us, you spend that money, you spend that $10 to $20 on the bottle of sunscreen, and you're just wearing it for your vacation, your 1 week vacation, and you put it on your face, it doesn't work. Where you're like, well, next year I'll find a better one that doesn't sting my eyes. And then next year comes and you just reach for the same brands. And you're like, well, I guess every sunscreen just stings your eyes. And then you go on to, a YouTube channel or a blog of someone who talks about sunscreen, and you type it in the comments, I just want a sunscreen that doesn't sting my eyes. Yes, Jessa, people will try 30 lipsticks or 100 foundations, but 5 SPFs and throw in the towel. 100%, Jessa. That's exactly it. And I feel like I was one of those people too. The culture just hasn't figured out that we can't look at sunscreens differently than we look at other things that we put on our body. There isn't that, like we talked about last week, there isn't one perfect sunscreen. We've got it, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating, I know, to keep trying all the SPFs, but I feel like it's worth it in the end because, with makeup and foundations, those aren't skincare. Those aren't protecting your skin in anywhere. That's just for beauty. But sunscreen is protecting your skin. It's helping with the anti-aging. It's preventing skin cancer. It's so much more important. And I did not realize that until I had skin cancer. Yeah. Or keep buying the same formulas of brands. Yeah, that's what I did. I kept buying the same. Everyone said, oh, Neutrogena, that's the best brand. Or I love the smell of Sun Bum. Surely there's a Sun Bum that's not going to sting my eyes. Haven't found one yet. And I do love Sun Bum on my body, not on my face. I found it. Neutrogena, there are some face sunscreens I do like. And they have, and there's a stick. There's a mineral sun stick I like. Yeah, but we just keep trying the same formulas. Let's see, Valerie, I missed a comment from you. I use 16 passes over my eyes and 16 passes in the inner corner on each application for the mineral. Yeah, for the mineral sun stick. That's a lot. You're doing better than I am. I probably do 3 to 4 passes. Unless I know that I am going to not have sunglasses on, like if I'm going to be putting my head under the water at the pool, and then I'll just put a couple passes because I got my polarized sunglasses on and a sun hat. I've been trying to post like what I'm wearing to our pool this summer on my little YouTube shorts. And when I look back at the footage, I look absolutely ridiculous. I still can't get over the fact. We need to talk about that sometime, what y'all are wearing to the pool. I need to another time we need to talk about what we're all wearing to the pool, because I still feel ridiculous being fully clothed getting in that water. Oh, okay. Let me go on to the next one. Do we read all of this one? We might not have. Full screen. If you prefer to use a chemical sunscreen, opt for a fragrance-free formula to keep your eyes sting-free. And if you like to use mist SPFs, alcohol-free products are your best option to avoid eye irritation and prevent irritation for sensitive skin. Then, after you've applied your gentle SPF, set it with translucent powder to keep your sunscreen in place to enjoy the lasting UV protection. All right, there's a lot in here that I want to talk about. One, SPF sprays. I know they're controversial. Personally, I no longer like them. When I first was diagnosed with skin cancer, I did try a lot of SPF sprays on my face as a quick solution for out and about reapplication. But I know I've seen a lot of research. Didn't Michelle Lab Muffin Beauty Science, was it her that put out a recent video showing sunscreen sprays and how, I didn't watch all of the video. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't watch all of it. I started it and didn't finish it. And how it doesn't cover all of the area that it needs to. But I am still under the belief that the best sunscreen is the one you'll actually wear. And so for those who are, it's better to use at least an SPF spray that is better than nothing at all. Jessa says, I have never seen a SPF spray without alcohol. I think I have one. Let me look here. Nope. Inactive ingredient, first one. Denatured alcohol. This is the, let me make myself bigger. This one, which I haven't tried yet. I bought it last year and I haven't tried it yet. First ingredient is denatured alcohol. This one, probably, yeah, first ingredient, alcohol denatured. Yeah. Maybe there isn't one. Because what would that look like? Would it just leave speckles all over your face? Because doesn't the alcohol help disperse the product better? I don't know. Something else I need to put on my list to learn about. Okay. Oh, nope. What you doing, Sean? Clicking the wrong stuff. All right. So the other thing in this little tips from Kula that I want to talk about was, I thought was a great idea, is once you've applied your gentle SPF around your eyes, set it with a translucent powder to keep your sunscreen in place. I have noticed that is an excellent thing to do. I find that I not only put it around my eyes, I will also, especially if I know I'm going to be wearing sunglasses a lot or these glasses, I will put the powder on all the way down to here and around. It not only keeps the sunscreen in place, but it helps my glasses from not rubbing off as much. And also sweat. I sweat under here. Humidity and sweat. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out, that I felt like the translucent powder on top to set it was a great idea. And I don't think that would mess with the sunscreen formula. I could be wrong. Let me know if you've seen any other research, but I don't think the powder on top of it would mess, because you're putting it on after the mineral sunscreen has dried down. All right, Valerie says, I used to feel that's a hard word for me to say, conspicuous doing my yard work with my long sleeve UPS 50 shirt, pants, a lady gardening hat, UPS 50 gloves on. I have come to not care what the neighbors think. Yeah. Hopefully I'll get there someday, Valerie. I've gotten used to being fully clothed out and about. Now it's the pool situation that I'm still self-conscious about. Yeah, I think it's just going to take time. Let's see here. Jessa says it could have aloe, like setting sprays. Maybe there are some without alcohol. Okay, that's probably a thing I need to look into. These are the only two sunscreen sprays I have right now, and like I said, I have not tried either one of them. That's how enthusiastic I am about sunscreen sprays. Let's see, Jessa. I'm totally clothed outside. I don't feel like the feeling of my skin baking. I struggle with that too. I don't know what it is, but I don't do it, but pre-melanoma, I loved getting a sunburn. I don't know why. It makes no sense. All right, let's move on to the next screen. This is great, you all. See, I learned so much from you all. Thank you so much. Oh, plug for my channel memberships, of which Lisa is a channel member. Thank you, Lisa, for being a channel member. If you want to see my full UPF, my current UPF clothing wardrobe, I do have a video on that over on my channel memberships, which is only $2.99 a month. You can watch it for the first month and cancel if you want. There's 4 videos, I think, over there right now of extra content. No pressure. I completely understand if you don't want to be a channel member. Completely understand. Don't want you to feel pressured. I just wanted to thank Lisa, but also tell you I do have extra content. Okay. How to, oh, wait. There's a comment from Lisa. Got to read this one. I don't care what the neighbors think either. People compliment me. I know. Lisa, you need to send me a picture of you with your umbrella, please. Get somebody to take a picture of you with your umbrella, your sun umbrella. I bet it's just so cute with your umbrella outside. Love it. Love. I actually was like looking online for cute sun umbrellas the other day. Okay. How to prevent eye stinging. How to prevent it. So inevitably it's going to happen. So let's talk about how to prevent it besides, tears streaming down your face and rushing in full-on panic to the bathroom. Okay, this is tips from a website called the Sunscreen Project. Prevent sunscreen from getting in your eye by never spraying sunscreen directly on your face, which this goes against the sunscreen spray tip. And I do see people do this at the beach. They get the big spray bottles, right? And then they just, you see them at the beach, just are going to town on their face and their arms, and their kids are like they're trying not to breathe it in. So that's their number one tip is don't do that. I think it's fair. It's fair. Apply it to your hand first and then to your face while carefully avoiding the eyes. Avoid touching or rubbing your eyes after applying the sunscreen to your body, which if you have small children, you know that is impossible. They are going to take their hands and they're going to rub their eyes 150% of the time. So with kids, you've got to have a water resistant not just a water resistant sunscreen, but one that doesn't sting their little eyes, because they're going to do this. Have you guys ever, you're walking around and you've got like an itch in the corner of your eye? And because I test so many sunscreens out, I inevitably will go like this, and I'll be like this, and then inevitably it's in my eye. So I know it seems like common sense. Don't rub your eyes. But I think most of us at some point in our life, we do it just because we're not thinking. All right, how to get it out of your eyes. Remove your contact lenses if you're wearing them. Wipe around your eyes to remove any excess sunscreen. I love taking a little cotton square and putting some eye makeup remover on it and just wipe and wipe and wipe them. And then you can flush your eyes thoroughly with lubricating eye drops. And I meant to bring the ones I use up here. Oh, I have some great ones. They're little single-use packages, and I keep them in my purse. And I totally forgot to bring them up here because they've come in handy so much. If you guys have a good lubricating eye drop, let me know. Put it in the comment section down below so we all can know about those. I will put mine when the live stream is over. I'll put it in the description box. I'll link it because I keep them in my purse. I don't go anywhere without those lubricating single-use eye drops where you just, because I use them on my kids too. You just squeeze them in and they just flush your eyes out really well. Blink regularly to assist your eye in flushing out the toxins naturally. Number 4, use non-preserved eye drops every hour to ease any eye pain. Chemical preservatives could cause further irritation. And these ones that I use, they're just natural tears. There's no extra chemicals in them. They're just, honestly, I don't know. I should look at the back of the bottle, see where they are. My eye doctor recommended them, which is why I use them. They're not like Visine or anything, but you can get them at Walmart or Target or wherever. Avoid wearing contact lenses for at least 48 hours. If your eyes are very uncomfortable after getting sunblock in them, close your eyes and let them rest. You can also use a cold, wet cloth or ice pack to provide relief for your eyes. After your eyes are flushed, it is normal to experience blurred vision. Flushing may not bring immediate relief, but it will rid your eyes of the toxins. Your eyes should be fine after proper rinsing and pain management. If discomfort or burning persists, schedule an appointment with your optometrist. I thought those are just great tips to remember. Sometimes when you've got the sunscreen in your eyes, you're like, I don't remember what to do. And you just taking a cloth and just scrubbing at your eye. Okay, I'm trying to make sure my computer is overheating. If you guys don't have anything to say about how to get sunscreen out, refresh. That might, maybe, is that what I use? I don't know. Single use, Costco has a big box. Jessa says, sustain preservative free complete PF. Thank you, Jessa. Thank you. Yep. All right. Let me get some water and then we'll move on to the next one. All right, choosing the right sunscreen. I'm trying to go a little faster because I want to have time for question and answer, which it didn't last time. All right, choosing the right sunscreen. So look at the labels, look for sensitive skin, look for tear-free, look for zinc oxide based unless you are sensitive to zinc oxide, and know the ingredients you are sensitive to by trial and error. So that is the best way for choosing. So when my viewers ask me in the comment section, what is a sunscreen that doesn't burn eyes? It's a hard question for me to answer because I don't know your eyeballs. Okay. And then here are my favorite sunscreens for my eyes. The Toady, I no trouble wearing this around my eyeball. No, absolutely no trouble. It gives me no trouble because it's zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. And then there's the Paula's Choice, the new wrinkle resist one. That review video is coming out next week. I actually have Inky List. You guys voted in a poll a while ago. The Inky List sunscreen review video is coming out on Monday, and then the Paula's Choice, I think, is coming out on Wednesday. The Kahi Aqua Balm, the mysterious magical unicorn in the room, chemical and fragrant and filled with fragrance, and yet no stinging and burning in my eyes. The mystery continues. Oh no, go back. And then this little pink one in the center here is the Dewy Tree Urban Shade Peachy Tone Up Stick. Now this one is not my favorite. I am currently using it because I like to use up my sunscreens before I move on to another one, unless I absolutely hate them. This one does not sting my eyes. It does have a scent of calamine, like calamine lotion scent, but it's mineral. It doesn't bother me. And then the Vanny Cream Moisturizing, this is an SPF 30. This one doesn't burn my eyes at all. It's very moisturizing. It will run into my eyes and give me blurry vision if I'm sweating in it. It's not water resistant. Don't recommend sweating with it. But it's also one that I have found my eyes are good. Pop yours down below. Pop your favorite to go around your eye. What is the sunscreen you love putting around your eyes? Let's see here. Matt. Hi, Matt. Welcome. With sunscreens, it's always trial and error till you find the right ones. In Europe, sunscreens contain different filters, and some of them don't annoy the eyes. Yes. Trial and error is best. Totally agree. All right, I'm going to give you guys a few minutes, not a few minutes, a few seconds, because I know there's a little bit of a lag, to pop your favorite sunscreen to wear around your eyes. What do you find putting around your eyes that you love? It'll help other people. Anybody? All right, we'll come back to it, because there is a little bit of a lag. All right, so on the next slide, I put additional sun protection, right? This is all the stuff you can do if you do not want to wear sunscreen, or you don't have time to reapply. Let me make it a little bigger. You've got the sweatbands, you know, do you know what I'm talking about? My husband wears them when he's running on our elliptical and he gets all sweaty. You've got your sweatbands to keep the sunscreen from running into your eyes, hat to shade your eyes. They've got snow goggles, swim goggles, regular polarized sunglasses, and Lisa, I thought this one was pretty. I was looking at this one, this sun umbrella. All great ways to protect your eyes that don't involve burning or stinging. Valerie says, I'm using the Aveeno Baby Mineral Stick around my eyes. That one's in the little pink. Is that one in the little pink tube, I think? Good. Thank you for sharing that. Seriously, is this your favorite umbrella? Do you have this one? Really? What are the odds that I would pick out the umbrella that you love off the Amazon listing? Yeah, I thought it was really cute. Underneath signs. All right. Maybe I'll have to get that one. We can twin again with our red hats and then our umbrellas, Lisa. All right, Matt says, the Garnier niacinamide sunscreen does not irritate your eyes, but I don't think it's available in the US. There are several Garnier sunscreens I see other people post about on YouTube and TikTok that we don't have over here in the States. Isn't that odd? Oh, the Aveeno Baby Mineral Stick is cream and purple packaging. Okay, maybe I haven't seen that one. All right, thank you for sharing your favorite sunscreens for your eyes. I'm absolutely positive this will help other people who are watching the replay. Your suggestions will definitely help others. Okay. Do we want to go through some scenarios and talk about how to prevent eye stinging in like a typical day at the beach, or give you guys a choice? Or would you rather just do open-ended Q&A where you guys can ask me anything? Which would you rather do? Go through scenarios of how to prevent eye sunscreens in certain situations, like a typical beach of the day, or a Q&A, because I don't want us to skip out on the Q&A because last week my computer shut down after an hour. So, I mean, I'm checking it right now. It feels warm. It doesn't feel as hot as it did last week. All right, Lisa votes Q&A. Anybody else? Which would you prefer? I need 2 more people to respond, please. Q&A or discuss sunscreen scenarios. I feel like I need some music here, some waiting music, like elevator waiting music. All right, Valerie says Q&A. All right, Jessa, you're out. You can stay for the Q&A, Jessa. But thanks for popping on. I understand we have to leave. And Matt says both sound useful. Cheryl, hi Cheryl, welcome. says Q&A. All right, thank you guys. It looks like the overwhelming majority is Q&A. Okay, pop your questions down below. Oh, that's not the right one. That's not the right screen. Let me get rid of this. Remove from studio. Nope. There we go. There I am. There's my face. All right, Q&A. Let me have it. Oh, while I wait, I figured there's something I could talk about. The kids go back to school on Monday. I am planning on filming my new house tour because they'll be at school. So if you're a member of the channel member, you'll get to see what my new house looks like over on in the memberships. So I'm working on that. I know Lisa's looking forward to that one. Oh, Lisa, you're going to give me a really hard question. All right, Lisa asks, how do you keep sunscreen off your clothing? I don't. How do you get it off once it's on there? I do have solutions for this. So like today, let me move that. Today I've got this, right? So on my face, I put the Polished Choice, which is a tinted sunscreen. And I've also got makeup on. So if I get the brown on the white shirt, I will use, if it's not too bad, like if it's on the underneath side of the shirt, I just wait for laundry day and I use a shout stick, the one with the little nubbies on the top. It's like a blue tube shout stick with the nubbies. And I put that on there and I leave it for a day. And then I wash the shirt in with the rest of the laundry. And it seems to take it straight out on white clothing. If it's a tint on the outside of the shirt, then I will use like a Tide stain stick. But that irritates my skin. So in a recent video, I tried a new sunscreen and had a washcloth under my shirt because it irritates my skin. So I'll do that. If it's a black shirt, which if you were to look in my closet right now, all of my black shirts, if you flip the collar, especially the ones with collar, if you flip it, they're just covered in white. But I have found that they make deodorant sponges. I think they're called deodorant sponges. It's like a foam, tiny little pink sponge, and you just take it and you rub it on until it gets out because it gets deodorant stains out. So it will also take white mineral sunscreen out. If you don't have that and you're in a pinch, I don't have one here. You know the cloths, the microfiber cloths that clean your glasses? In a pinch, you can take one of those. It can't be the really slippy, thin, slippy cloths that come with your sunglasses. It has to be the thicker, almost microfiber ones. You can take that, and you have to work a little harder, but it'll take the white out of the black. So if you get the white smudge on your black clothing, hopefully that was helpful. Valerie asked, do you use all the sunscreen you try out or give it away? What do you do if you absolutely hate one? Okay. I try to use like my favorites. I do not give those away because those are my favorites. So I will use them throughout the year. There are days where I just don't feel like trying out a new sunscreen. So I will just pull out my favorites. And I do repurchase my favorites too, because I go through them so much. You know, there's just days where I don't want to fiddle with the hassle. Like I want my face to look nice. I want to know how the sunscreen performs. And I just will have a go-to that I'll just wear. Now, if it's ones that like are too moisturizing for my skin, I do give to my family a lot. I try to give to my friends too, but that's a tricky thing with friends. But my sister-in-law and my sister and my mom, whenever I see them, I come with a bunch of sunscreens and say, here, pick which ones you want. And so I give those away. The ones I absolutely hate. Now, if I hate it because it's just not the right one for my skin, like if it's a darker shade and that's the only reason I hate it, then I will typically give that to my mom or my sister because their skin tone is darker than mine. If it's something that I hate that is just a bad formula, like it's just greasy and I wouldn't recommend it to anybody, no, I throw those away. And I have had some of those. I have had companies send me for free sunscreens to try out, and they have just been the stickiest, thickest option that I'm like, I can't pass this on to anyone. So I just throw those away because I wouldn't recommend it. Like if I won't recommend a sunscreen to someone, I'm not passing it on because then they're just going to hate the sunscreen too. Let's see, Matt. I find it difficult to apply the right amount of sunscreen. Is there a secret to do it right? I'm afraid of under applying. Yeah. For me, reapplication is going to help with not applying enough. So if you can keep, for me personally, that is more important because our skin and is like the surface of a wall. It's not like a flat sheet of paper. So it has tiny little grooves. Like when you paint a wall over with your paintbrush, it doesn't get all on the same one swipe. But as you reapply the paint, it covers the entire surface that has bumps and cracks and isn't a smooth surface. And our skin is that way too. So throughout the day, the more frequently you apply and keep up with your reapplication, the the more protected your skin is. So I don't think there probably is a magic number for every sunscreen of the exact dosage we're supposed to have. But I think it's different depending on the sunscreen formulation. There's the 2-finger rule, there's the 3-finger rule, there's the quarter of a teaspoon, there's a half a teaspoon, there's the shot glass for your full body. But when it comes down to it, it's really up to the sunscreen companies to give us the dosage recommendation because they know what their sunscreen formula is, but they don't give that to us because only in the United States, sunscreen is regulated as a drug. So only medical professionals can give dosage recommendations. But as I understand it, especially in the Asian countries, I'm not sure how it is in Great Britain or the UK or Australia, but it's seen as a cosmetic rather than a drug. And so it's not regulated. No dosage information has to be given. Yeah, so if you're afraid of under applying, completely valid reason. I think we're all scared of under applying. Just reapply. Keep up with your reapplications is my suggestion. Lisa asks, do you ever return sunscreens? I think I've only ever returned 2, maybe 3 ever. And that one was the SkinCeuticals one. That was the matte one that was just too dark for my skin. I returned that one because I paid so much for it. I used to think it was bad to return sunscreen. I'm like, they're just going to throw it away. They're not going to repackage it, give it to somebody else. They're just going to throw it away. But at the same time, and so I was keeping them, but I didn't know who to pass on that sunscreen to because it was a drier formula. And the other people in my life have dry skin. And I knew they weren't going to like that formula either. So I sent that one back. And there was an Amazon one I sent back. And there might have been a third one years ago that I sent back. But I try not to unless they're really expensive or I just absolutely hate it. But yeah, if you can return a sunscreen, return it. How else are you supposed to try it? I don't know. Target is great about that, about taking sunscreen returns. Yeah. Target is good. I haven't had any trouble with any companies. Like even the SkinCeuticals, they didn't fight me on it at all. They were just like, okay. They just refunded me my money and I sent it back. Amazon, same thing. So, Valerie asked, am I going to get a P.O. box for my channel? Not right now. So here's the tricky thing about a P.O. box. So I have a second channel that's actually older than this one. It has more subscribers. It's a hot mess right now. But I had a P.O. box for that channel. And I didn't get enough like I had it to accept PR from companies, and I had it to get just, viewer mail, like if anybody wanted to send me anything. And for the cost of a PO box, I didn't get enough viewer mail to justify the cost of the PO box. Also, it was disappointing when I go to check it and there was nothing there. And then if I do get PR from companies, they won't send it to PR boxes. You have to upgrade to the really big package PO box. A lot of times, they really just want to send it straight to my house. So that's what I've been doing there. But if I ever get big enough, I would open a PO box again. But that's the tricky thing about that. Is it was more money than it's worth, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Great questions, you guys. Well, I think this fan is working. So next week we might be able to go longer, and I might be able to do more of the scenarios next week because my computer, this fan, is definitely working. It hasn't shut down yet. Yay! Any last question before I end the live stream? You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for hopping on, being willing to chat with me, spending this hour with me. Sometimes it blows my mind that you guys care what I have to say. So thank you. Valerie asks, what is the name of your other channel? It's actually my name. And like I said, it's a hot mess. So it is completely different topic. I started it 7 or 8 years ago, 2016. I started in 2016, and it changed niches. And it's in the middle of changing niches again, which you're never supposed to do on YouTube because you just lose your audience. So I have a large amount of subscribers on it, and I did really well with it. And then I switched the niche, and it's not doing so well anymore. I do have one channel member. Her name is Joy, who actually came over from that channel. I'm going to pop her up here because she became a member last week. Thank you, Joy. She actually came over from my other channel. I'll type it in the comment section if you want to go look at it. But it's mainly for children's ministers because that's my profession in life is church children's minister. I know that's random. But she came from that channel. So thank you, Joy, for coming over. But I'll type it. It's just my name. Sean M. Howell. If you just search that, you'll find it. And it's got party games. It used to be a party game channel, a family party game channel. And now it's a children's ministry channel. So great questions. All right. Well, I'm going to pop off. I'll see you next Friday. I'm going to pop up a poll later talking about the format of this and maybe some topic ideas. Thank you all for voting on what to call our sunscreen collections. It looks like we're going to go with Sunscreen Arsenal. So that poll is still open because it's pretty close between what to call our collection of sunscreens, whether we call it Sunscreen Collection or Sunscreen Arsenal. So thank you so much for voting in the polls. As always, channel members, look out for new videos coming your way. And thank you. Bye, Matt. Bye, Valerie. Bye, Lisa. Bye, Jessa. Bye, Cheryl. Thank you all so much for hopping on. Today's a great day to wear sunscreen. I'll see you next week.